All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is right around 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm going to call it 2 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on that there East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I am Mad Statter, and this is Chatter with Statter. And what do my wondering eyes do appear? Terry in Scotland looks to be streaming on Twitch again. I'm thinking that means that installation of his high-end upgraded internets came through on, I think it was Monday. So super stoked to see that he is back online for the world to see. So Terry in Scotland, thank you so much for raiding in with a party of 5. Pinnell, good to see you. Beatty Bo, excellent to see you. I actually have a video lined up that I lined up very much with you in mind, and I was hoping, I was going to save it until the next time you were on my stream. So here we go. Fantastic. Derby Startup, super stoked to see you again. And let's see here. We've got Midnight Frequency Radio saying Pikachu says hello. Super stoked to see you guys. Let's see here. Derby Startup, Terry in Scotland, Pinnell, Beatty Bo. I don't think I've missed anybody yet. So why don't we get the party started? And then I'll say hello to anybody who's coming in during the little kitty cat intro. All right, and as per the usual, Pinnell saying aloha to Ashes, Dusty, and Leo. I have not seen Leo since I got back from the hospital. However, I have no doubt in my mind that he has been in the house. He has a certain way of eating off of the kitty cat plates, and his telltale dining habit has been showing up frequently. So I know that he has been wandering in and out while I've been asleep. And last night I slept for 16 hours, so that was a wide open window for him to sneak in and out multiple times. Today though, woke up feeling super refreshed, and so we'll see. Terry in Scotland, thank you so much for the 1,000 biddies, and Terry, I hope that your little Jaffa kitty is coming and visiting you on a regular basis. And Pinnell, give Tareen a little ear scritch for me. And let's see here. Beatty-Bo, you were in the hospital for a week the other week. Then before that, 2 weeks in the hospital. Oh my God, Beatty-Bo, what is it with this month and people going to the hospital? I hope you are fully recovered. If you want to share why you were there, that is fine. If you don't want to share why you were there, that is equally fine. I'm sure you heard, I believe you heard, because I got a lovely message from you, Beatty-Bo. I had a stroke on May 31st, but slowly but surely recovering. I've had a lot of lasting tiredness, but I think I'm after last night's 16 hours sleep, I'm feeling much better now. Let's see here. Oh, but what I did want to say is this stream is going to definitely be a test of my cognitive abilities, because last stream, though I lasted an hour and a half, it was basically just me chattering, and I was as I'm sure you noticed, I was ignoring a lot of the chat, and I was letting you guys chat amongst yourself. I was trying to respond a little bit, but for the most part, I was just babbling. So today, it's going to be more of the usual, interactions, going to try to read what you're all saying. But I don't know how well that's going to go. So we will both witness in real time just how spacey, just how whatever I might actually be. And yeah, Beatty-Bo read his message. Yeah, it was lovely. It was a very lovely message, Beatty-Bo. It made me smile so much. And Jaffa came by a couple days ago. She's a female version of Leo. Exactly. She's got multiple houses. She has multiple houses. All right. So I mentioned it. Might as well get it. Might as well show it off. Oh, wait, before we do this. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday. Good to see you. Getting dinner, but will listen until I can type. Awesome. Do that. However, I'm going to ask for one typing if you wish. What you having for dinner? I always love to hear what people are having for dinner. All right. So, let's see here. We've seen this gentleman before. And hold on. Where did it go? Here we go. We've seen this gentleman before. I cannot remember exactly what his creator name is. It's like Garen Music or something like that. Anyway, he's an Irishman, and he has a non-family friendly mouth, but he's kind of funny. And I saw this clip, Bainy Bo, made me think of you. In fact, not only did it make me think of you, it made me look up my local one, and I think I'm gonna sign up for delivery. But here we go. This is for you, Bainy Bo.
This is a very niche video. This is probably going to get like 60 views, and I don't even fucking care because it needs to be said. Nobody ever talks about the absolute fucking thrill of getting your milk from the milkman. I don't know how to explain it to you, but it completely transforms the milk experience. That you just open your door and there's your milk. I'm not explaining it, I'm not getting it across. Oh, it sounds like a small thing, but the fucking glimmer of hope I experience when I open my door to a friendly little bit of milk, I can't explain it to you. There is a bit of a dark side as well, and this might be a completely unique experience, but I think I might be addicted to getting things from the milkman. My milkman, he's very modern, he has an app, and I'd be going on the app to see what he's got on there, and I'm starting getting yogurts off him, and he does a bit of, you can get any dairy product or eggs, and I get my eggs off him, and then I started trying a bit of oat milk as well, and now I'm getting little soups off him as well. They're fucking nice soups as well. I'm on the fence about getting more of them. I don't know, soups aren't a dairy product, but they come in a carton, so I don't know what his criteria is, but anyway, he sells soup as well. I don't know why it went out of fashion. Like, the milkman fucking hits. I can see why people used to have affairs with the milkman. It's just lovely. I never worry about milk. When I see people buy milk in the shop, I'm like, milk lives rent-free in your head. I live in a post-milk scarcity mindset. Anyway, sorry if I've wasted your time. I just needed to get this off my chest. Follow me, I'm delicious. This is a very...
So there you go, Bainy Bo. That was your video. I saw it, I thought of you, and like I said, I looked up my local milkman, and as it turns out, it's cheaper if I have my milk delivered to my house than where I'm currently buying my milk. So, and you only have to buy $15 worth of product a week to keep your subscription up. I think I can do that. And Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday is having a vegetarian chow fun with konjac noodles. Mr. A is having chimichangas, rice and beans with a topping of Hormel roast beef. That sounds delicious. And let's see here. Wait, Terry says it's a spiritual experience having your milk appear magically on your doorstep. I'm often quite overcome. And Bainy Bo is letting out some Terry secrets. He loves the oat milk. Let's see here. What else do we have? Mama Sean, good to see you, by the way. I was posting that video just as you popped in. And let's see here. Puzzy Cat, good to see you. I think I already said hi, but in case I didn't, I'm spacey. And yeah, he's an Irishman, and his accent is amazing. He's an Irishman, and his mouth is not family friendly. I try not to speak like him, even though I try not to use the choice of words that he uses, but it would come out. It would come out just naturally as it does for him. And let's see here. Terry's talking about his milkman order. I get 2 pints of milk, 2 pints of oat milk, and 4 pints of orange juice twice a week. Wow. All right. There you go. And yes, Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday, milk folks still exist. First off, there's one right here in the stream. Bainy Bo is a milkman. Or, I mean, I'm not sure if he is right now because I know he's in school, so I'm not sure if he's doing both. But when he's not in school or before he went to school, he was a milkman. I think he's doing both, actually. He'll have to clarify his current status. But yes, Bainy Bo is or was a milkman. And then in my neighborhood, and Terry in Scotland gets milk from Bainy Bo's company. So there's that. Hey, Picola T, good to see you. But in my area, there's this local dairy called Smith Brothers Farm. And they're down in Kent, which is like 20 minutes away from where I live. And they actually have a service where you, for $15 a week, can maintain, being on the route. And they've got cheese, they've got, yogurt, they've got milk, they've got butter, they've got sour cream, half and half, heavy cream. And I'm sure that, and I know that they've got other foodstuffs as well, but I haven't really looked into those. But where I buy my buy my Smith Brothers products. Smith Brothers products aren't sold in every store, you know. I get mine at my green grocer, the Dwayne's produce shop. But Dwayne's has a tendency, it's a very small shop. It's got a limited refrigerator space because they are a produce stand. They sell that milk and those eggs for quite the premium. And so it actually would be easier, or it would be cheaper for me to get milk directly from the Smith Brothers delivery. Because I usually I've been watching my Smith Brothers intake dollar amount, and it is right around $15 a week. So yeah, I would love to have a milkman myself. And let's see here. And okay, Pinnell says, I looked up milk delivery here. That would be Toronto area. And they only do the fancy organic grass-fed milk. Pricey. Oh, right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And let's see here. Terry says, Kent, the county east of London. How do they keep the milk fresh from that far? No, silly kitten. Kent is just down the hill from where I live. I live on the High Line, and Kent is on the valley. I don't know if you've ever heard of this river. It's called the Green River. You might have heard of the Green River. I'm not going to tell you why you might have heard of the Green River, but I will tell you that Kent is the area of the Green River where you would have heard about the Green River. Let's see, how am I trying to say this? The Green River, it's kind of a long river, right? But the Green River had a famous person associated with said river, and he hung out a lot in Kent area along the river. There was a lot of evidence that he had been there with other persons. Yeah, that's where Kent is. It's down in the river valley where the Green River flows. Yeah, yep. And I get myself the organic milk for my work. Yes, I still work there. I thought so, Benny Bo, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to make things up. And yes, Picola T coming in with Green River Killer. Yeah, the Green River Killer is who I was talking about, and generally the bodies that he disposed of were found in the Kent area of the Green River. And let's see here. Mama Sean talking about, we used to pick up right from Walt's Dairy in Monroe back in the day. Yum. Yep, Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday. Exactly. The Green River Killer, Gary Ridgway. Wonderful reason for the Green River to oh, yeah. And what's that town where the horsemen were from? Okay, Kent is down in the valley so low, where the Green River runs. But there's another river just a little bit south of it called the White River, which if you actually... Okay, so back in the day, there was 3 rivers that flowed into this area. The Black River, the Green River, and the White River. And they were named because the waters were black in the Black River, green in the Green River, and white in the White River. Well, Green River is where the bodies are. The horse people, they're out in White River area. They're out in the White River zone in a town called Enumclaw. Enumclaw is what they're called. Enumclaw is the town that they're from. And Enumclaw is in the high plains of where the, we've talked about it before, when Mount Rainier erupted and a huge lahar of, liquefied ash and molten everything and rock, and the whole thing came sliding down the mountain and created this hugely level plateau that just suddenly drops down into the valley. That Enumclaw is up on that plateau. So Enumclaw, very fertile farmland, a lot of, I guess I didn't have to tell you, it's a lot of rural areas with horses and stuff. And there was this one guy who had some horses, and every once in a while he would go to his barn and feel like, dude, somebody was in here last night. I did not put that bridle there. That is, he would just get this feeling that something that people had been in his barn. And as it turns out, there were people in his barn that weren't supposed to be there. And one day, somebody died, and nothing happened to the horses. The horses were, the stallions were ecstatic. The stallions had no real issue with what was going on. But the humans partaking in what the stallions were giving, yeah, he died of a horse penis to the heart, quite literally. So that was a problem. Yeah. So let's see here. Terry in Scotland, are there any, and yes, you heard me right, by the way, I'm not going to say it twice. You heard me right. Are there any rivers in Washington that we might not have to avoid? Well, no, Terry, honestly, no. I mean, rivers are dangerous. I couldn't in good consciousness say that any river is not one that you shouldn't be cautious in, actually. I really, yeah, no, I mean, you have to be very aware and wary no matter where you are and what river. And wait, what? Yeah, Midnight Frequency Radio. Yeah, wait, what? No, really, they were having the horse do things to them in orifices that are not meant for horses. Hey there, Scar. Good to see you. We're talking about horses, I guess, which is really not what. We were talking about milkmen before that, and I kind of preferred the milkman topic. Do you have a milkman? We're hitting reverse. We are hitting the reverse gears so fast right now. Do you have a milkman? I don't have one yet, but I'm thinking of signing up to get delivery. You did come in at pretty much the weirdest possible time. Yes, you did. Oh no, you don't have a milkman, but your husband got a toe removed today. Care to share the story behind that? And I hope it's not a big toe, because walking without a big toe is very difficult from my understanding. What toe? How come? Why? You don't have to answer any of these medical questions, obviously. But you did bring it up, and it does pose a few questions. What toe? How come? Why? Was it for funsies? I'm guessing it was not. And let's see here. Molly, it's funny because every time I show, Spook, my pint glass collection from the pub, he always sounds shocked. What are you talking about? Baney, or no, rather, actually, not you, Baney. Smook, you're not here, but I'm talking to Spook. Why are you shocked, Smook? That's what pint glasses are for, is to I accidentally stole it in my purse or up my sleeve when I left. Oops. I don't know how this pint glass got in my underwear. That's weird, isn't it? I didn't have anything to do with that. He. No, dude, the pint glasses that's a collection you should be proud of, Baney Bo. And and Mr. and Mrs. Scott, Aloha Friday. Thank you for confirming the normalcy, which is not normal, actually. We're anything but normal here, that's for sure. And I know, Baney Bo, you are just one dangerous fella. You are the head of a gang of pint glass thieves. Pretty soon, you're gonna extend to teacups. And yeah, pay attention. The topics here change very quickly. Baney Bo, I don't take them very often, but I have been known to take them on more than one occasion. I don't make a regular habit of it, not gonna lie. I don't make a regular habit of it, but equally, not gonna lie, I have done it before, more than once. And let's see here, Scar. Okay, Knot was the fourth toe, second from pinky toe. He had an infection, oh. And given his status as a double organ transplant recipient and his weak immune system, They felt it safer in the long run to eliminate the source of recurring infections. Oh, absolutely. And quite honestly, so it's like his ring finger toe, for lack of a... It's his ring finger toe. That is an oxymoron, I guess, or whatever. But, I mean, really, like, no, that's hard. He's hardly going to miss it. That's not going to affect his gait. He's still got the little pinky toe to help with the stability and whatever. It's, and as long as his big toe is intact and good, yeah, for sure. And absolutely, dude, yeah, double organ transplant recipient, yeah, you gotta nip those infections in the bud. You cannot with that kind of situation. And let's see here. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Scotland. I don't know why I said that, but holy crumb, Baby Bo, you have 60 or 70. That is an impressive collection. And now this is actually where I'm going to shake my head in disbelief. Where do you keep them all? I don't even have 60 or 70 glasses of any size. Combined, all of them. My teacups, my mugs, my everything. I don't think I've got 60 of them. Oh my goodness, you must have an entire cabinet dedicated to them. Whew, that was way more difficult to say than I thought. We will all go see him on visiting day after they haul him off to Barlini or whatever jail. That's funny. Okay, Baby Bo, don't get any ideas, but apparently one bar in Windsor even got chairs stolen. Now that is impressive. Pint glasses are meant to be stolen. They know they're going to be stolen, and if they're not stolen, they're broken. Pint glasses are sort of a semi-disposable item in a bar, but chairs are not a semi-disposable item in a bar. And my roommate, Piccola T says, who shall remain anonymous, acquired beer steins after an Oktoberfest party after riding the bus back to our apartment. They just fell in my lap. I don't know where I got them, but I figured I had to take them home and wash them off before I returned them to whoever put them in my lap. That's my excuse about the beer stein. And let's see here. I told him if it affects his balance at all, he already walks like a drunk penguin, so nobody will notice. Oh, he is your husband, isn't he? Ah, that's funny. Oh no, Mrs. A added pork to her vegetarian konjac noodles. I hope she knew what she was doing with that. Yeah, his closets are filled with Filch pub glasses, I bet. And oh my goodness, Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday. Wait, hold on. Wait, no. Mama Sean just made sausage fried rice. That sounds yummy. I just got some sausages at my green grocer today. Sort of weird thing. But they're German bratwursts. And Baby Bo will steal anything but a hot stove. All right, well, cool that stove off. Baby Bo, wait till it's cold. I need a new stove. All right, let's see here. So one of the things, stealing all of the pint glasses, the whole country would be behind bars. Right, exactly. And when the whole country's behind bars, they can't pay their taxes, so no one's going to do that. All right, so let's see here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so Piccola T is here right now at this very moment. She is here. But earlier, a couple weeks ago, she was there. Now, I want you to guess where she was based on the pictures. And I'll tell you what, she's not necessarily any place like super cool, but you've heard of the place. But even though it's not necessarily like super cool, she managed to accidentally go there during a super cool time. So here's where Piccola T was. Do you have any idea where Piccola T might be in where she was? Where it might be? Does anybody even know what a WSOP is? How about this? Does this give you an idea? Welcome to the World Series of Poker! Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. Ooh, if you look closely, this sign actually tells you where she's at, so I'm going to switch it. Boop! Now, World Series of Poker schedule. She's not playing in it. She just happened upon it. But she went to Las Vegas. Why? Well, I'm sure it was because the third opening of Zippy's. It's the third. Zippy's has 3 restaurants in Las Vegas now. And if you want to ask Quality where it is, she can tell you because she told me. But I don't remember what she said, so I'm not going to tell you. But that's right, Quality was in Vegas again. And she happened to run into the World Series of Vegas. No, the World Series of Poker. See, this is where my brain isn't working. The World Series of Poker. But most importantly, she documented the third Zippy's being open. And so I thought I would share that with you guys because she shared it with me. And since Puzzycat is here, let's go find out the other stuffuses. Alrighty, Puzzycat may or may not have these plants in his house. May or may not. Sometimes the WSOP is in Reno, isn't it? Maybe that would also make sense because they play cards in Reno. And Zippy's needs to come down here soon, or fam. I'm not sure what you're saying, but I agree. I'm hoping that eventually it will expand up and down the West Coast. And I mean, it seems logical that they would probably first go to, say, like Northern California, because that's where the highest concentration of Hawaiian people are. But Seattle's got to be a pretty close second. The Seattle area, the South Seattle area especially. I really would like to think that that we might get one. Well, I'm not going to say in my lifetime because who knows when that will end, but sometime soonish, I hope. And yeah, so Zippy's now has 3 locations in Vegas: Southwest, East, and now Northwest. There you go. And let's see here. Baby Bo was saying something about a fox. My friend is a way to get a fox for his house. What do you mean by that? Do you really mean like an actual fox? Like a with the tail and everything? So for like a pet? Where do you get foxes for pets? I don't think... Is he allowed to have a fox for a pet? I don't know if you're allowed to have foxes for pets out here. I have a friend, I saw her today, we went out for a walk, and she absolutely wants a fox for a pet so badly. Oh, she is just... If a fox showed up in her backyard, I swear to goodness that she would trap it and try to tame it. I'm not saying she'd be successful at all, but I promise you, she wishes and dreams a little abandoned fox kit is left on her back porch. And foxes are very pretty. Yes, they are. And let's see here. Picolati, I had no idea the World Series of Poker was such a big thing. They even had a large retail space for merch. Yeah, you know, I've seen it on TV, and once stuff like that gets televised, then yeah, it's a big... I'm not really that surprised at all that it was that big of a deal with the merch and everything, because I know, like, I mean, it's been around for a long time, and they, like I said, they show it on TV. I mean, I want to say they like show it. I was gonna say like one of the minor ESPN channels, but I might be making that up. But they do show it on some pretty basic cable, or at least they used to show it on some pretty easily accessible cable channels. And yes, foxes are highly intelligent, much to the chagrin of people who try to tame them. Raccoons as well. Pigs also, actually. All right, let's see here. What else do we have? Oh, yes. Now, I don't know if Marilyn McQueen is here. Marilyn McQueen. I think her... Marmac is what we call her. I don't think she's here. But she went out and about a couple weeks ago and sent me some beautiful pictures. And you guys might be able to guess where she was. So I'm going to show you some pictures. And I don't anticipate the first few pictures you'll have any idea. But you might eventually go like, wait, where is that? I feel like I've seen that before. So now Marilyn lives in Southwest Washington. Southwest Washington is very close to Oregon. So I'm giving you a little hint here. So this was beautiful flower that whoa, why do I have this many pictures on this? Hold on. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but anyway, this is a beautiful flower or plant. I don't know what kind of plant it is, and my best guess is you're not going to be able to tell where the Flying Fork we are with this plant, but you might be able to have a vague idea of where we might be looking at this. Maybe, probably not, but it is a beach somewhere on the West Coast. And then look, we've got flowers. They're California poppies. Once again, you probably aren't going to know where we're at. And then there's more flowers. Those look to me like buttercups. Once again, if you can guess where we're at, you are the smartest person in the world. But here, we've got a minute to like take a look-see and go, wait, dude, hold on. Mama Sean says Long Beach. That's a good guess, but not quite. And then we've got this. Before you went up to the flowers like that, you had to read this thing. Cola T also says Long Beach. And this sign's like, hey, you guys, respect the locals, pick up your trash. Don't be a lame-ass tourist, because lame-ass tourists ruin everything. And Mama Sean has got it. It is in Astoria. And this is the long drive way up to look at this beautiful view of Astoria. But who has this beautiful view of Astoria? Ba-ba-ba! Do you recognize the house? Do you know where we're at? Or am I gonna have to make you do a truffle shuffle, or whatever it was called, because you don't remember this movie from the 80s? We even saw it on Statterbox at the cinema. This house is the iconic Goonies house. This house is the house featured in Goonies. Yes, there we go. Midnight Frequency Radio. Exactly. It's the Goonies house. And back in the day, the original people who owned it, you know, they were cool. They let the movies happen there. And then after the movies happened, they let the people come up. But then they sold that house to a bunch of people who did not like it when people came to the house. So they made it very difficult and like banned people, tourists and stuff, fans of the movie, from coming up to the house. And then they sold the house to the current owners. And the current owners, as you can see, don't mind. They put up a, sign saying, just be nice and, cede the right of way to the locals, blah, blah, blah. So this is the Goonies house. It's how it looks as of like a couple of weeks ago. And this is the driveway back down. And let's see what other pictures. Oops, see, these are Picola T's pictures, and I didn't mean to add those. Those aren't supposed to be on that slideshow. So there you go. So that's what Marilyn McQueen did. I really don't think that's her last name, gall dung it. That's what Marmac did when a couple weeks ago, basically, and gall dung it, I'm trying to verify her last name so I can stop being an idiot. Oh, it's McQueen. Okay. And Bainy Bo, you sent me a photo of your milk. Where did you send it? That is definitely not where you sent it. Where did you send it? In Messenger. Facebook Messenger? Oh, yep, Facebook Messenger. Oh, awesome. I don't know. Hold on. I'll have to show it at a different time. I don't know how to work my phone right now. I got a new phone just like a couple weeks before I had my brain issue, and I didn't know how to work it before, and I certainly know how to work it even less now. I don't understand. It's a Galaxy 26. My last phone was a Galaxy 21. It should be seamless, but it is not the same. It is not the same. And yeah, it totally did sound sketchy, Baby Bo. Mama Sean points out. And let's see here, Terry in Scotland. We've been through Astoria and Port Angeles in Truck Sim, both of which are very beautiful and historic towns. Both of which actually probably had their peak heyday at right around the same time in the late 1800s, early 1900s. But they didn't quite get to be the big cities they had aspired to be for various and assorted reasons. One of the reasons, of course, is Astoria is on the ocean, and the port situation is facing lots of rough waters, whereas a few miles down the mouth of the Columbia River, a town called Portland, well, that was a very safe and secure deep water port that became the biggest city in that state. And let's see here, Picola T. Growing up, my neighbor was a milkman and it was out the door before 4 a.m. each day. He was thrilled when he finally retired. Oh, I am sure. Yeah. My dad actually went to work, I think, right around 4:30 in the morning, too. And I didn't live with him when he retired, but I would like to think that he enjoyed sleeping in after that. Because who wants to... Ugh. Let's see here. Like you knew, do I like my new S26 camera as well as our old one? Yeah, the S26 camera is nice. The camera is good. I do like the camera. Although the S21 camera wasn't bad. It's just the interfacing with Facebook on my S26 is very different than it was on my S21. I don't understand why that is, but it is what it is. And yes, okay, and yeah. So, all right, you guys, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Baby Bo just sent a picture of the milk that he delivers, and I love the fact that I can get milk delivered to my house. Not gonna lie to you. However, it is very clear that Baby Bo's milk and the milk that his company provides is far superior to the milk that I would be getting from my milkman. The milk that I would be getting just comes in mere cardboard cartons. Baby Bo's milk comes in the glass bottles. The glass bottles! Who gets milk in glass bottles anymore? I have a glass bottle. I was going to reach up and get it, but it's too hard to get, so I'm not going to get it. But glass bottles. So, okay, we already know. Well, Terry in Scotland. Who gets milk in glass bottles, Terry? I do. Didn't I just tell you my order? Duh, I get it in glass bottles. And so, Terry, does the oat milk come in glass bottles as well? Or does the oat milk come in cartons? I don't know why I said cartons that way. The oat milk comes in glass bottles too. Wow, man. Man. That's super cool. I would like that. I would like that a lot. Yeah, some stores carry milk in glass bottles. They do, but the ones around here, they only sell them in the gallon. And I don't use a gallon of milk in time before it goes bad. But the cool thing about those, I'm sure it's true for, well, so many thoughts, words so hard. At the store that sells the gallons in the glass bottles, it's really expensive, but you get like a $2 or $3 refund with when you return the glass bottle. So basically, like, you know, it's cheaper once you return the glass bottle. A lot of the cost is the glass bottle. They want you to send it back, basically. They're giving you lots of money to come bring the glass bottle back, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, words are not happening very easily right now. And I think it tastes better. You know what, Midnight Frequency Radio? I don't know if it tastes... Okay, first off, Midnight Frequency Radio, sorry for all caps. That's okay, because what you said in all caps was absolutely supposed to be in all caps. I bet it tastes better. Exactly. I bet it does too. And Pinnell's like, oh, it does. It does. You know what though? Sometimes I wonder if the yes, deposit is the word I'm looking for, not refund, deposit. You get, it's like, yeah, like $3 of those dollars of the $10 you spent for the gallon is actually the deposit for the glass bottle. Thank you. I'm doing great. It's an active group tonight too. Yes, I'm very thankful for it being an active group tonight too. But I wonder with the glass bottles, does it really taste better? Or does it just psychologically seem like it tastes better when you're drinking out of the glass bottle? The reason why I ask this is I have a proclivity to do taste tests, even on my own. And I actually got a Mexican Coke in the glass bottle versus a can of Coke. I didn't want to use a plastic bottle Coke because I already know I don't like those. But I do like a Coke out of a can. So I poured them, you know, into identical glasses with identical ice, and I refrigerated them for like 24 hours together in the same fridge, so they were the same temperature. You know, I was trying to be like as scientifical as possible, you know, and I poured them in, and I put them on a little Lazy Susan, you know, and I twirled the Lazy Susan when I closed my eyes, and underneath each of on the underside of the glasses, I had a marking of which was what. Anyway, I tasted them, and I'm going to tell you right now, dude, the Mexican Coke tasted like crap. The Mexican Coke out of the glass bottle tasted like crap. But when I tasted the Mexican Coke out of the glass bottle, not in a cup, but from the glass bottle, it seemed like it tasted better. I really think that some of the glass bottle stuff is all, at least with the Mexican Coke, I really think it's all psychological. And I'm wondering if it is with milk too. But then again, if you think it tastes better and you enjoy it, then why ruin? And that's all a placebo effect. Why ruin the placebo effect? I guess, you know, why outthink it? And Mama Sean's bragging, the milk from Walt's Dairy had visible cream at the top of the whole milk. Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah, that's impressive. I don't know if I've ever had milk like that before. And, hold on, what's going on? Okay, so, Baby Bo has chocolate, wait, hold on, what's going on with a hen? Who's talking about a hen? So let's see here, a hen. Okay, well, Baby Bo has chocolate, banana, and strawberry milkshakes, yum. Oh, he will leave a hen on your doorstep for fresh eggs. You're a liar. You're a liar. And also, a good point, Midnight Frequency Radio. It may also depend on what they wash the bottles with. Very good point. And yes, Picola T, the Lazy Susan scientifical method is how I do most of my taste tests. Because, you know, I'm by myself. I can't switch it behind without. So I give it a good spin, and I don't know where things... I don't know how many times it's spun. Okay, whatever. Anyway, we're 1 minute past our Lono listening break time, so let's go listen to some Lono. I don't even remember what Lono song I chose, but I can tell you right now, it didn't have anything to do with anything that we're talking about. Alright, well, let's do this.
Moku Kiakai from A minor to C. Here we go. oe Kahi moku ki a kahi Loa I ka whiwini O hoi pono nā pēa Laina sipi a mua Kumai malama moku Apai kahi wai luna Alili oe Laina sipi a mua Mai malama moku Apai kahi wai luna Waku I ka aina, na ke kalahau Aina mai ka puana, kahi moku ki a kahi Waku I ka aina, na ke kalahau Aina mai ka puana, kahi moku ki a kahi Waku I ka aina, na ke kalahau Aina mai ka puana, kahi moku ki a kahi Waku I ka aina, na ke kalahau Aina mai ka puana, kahi moku ki a kahi Waku I ka aina, na ke kalahau Aina mai ka puana, kahi moku ki a kahi
All right, there we have it. So, let's see here. What else do we have to talk about? We've got orange juice, we've got glass bottles, we've got recycling, we've got all sorts of things. But, let's see here. There was one thing I wanted to show you, but I don't remember what it was, so I'm not going to tell you. Oh, yeah, I wanted to ask you guys this. Have you guys ever heard of honeyberries? Honeyberries look like this, apparently. Or some people call them Haskap. And apparently you can grow them like in really cold climates. Zone 3 is a pretty cold climate. And I have never ever heard of them, but they sound like something that might grow in my yard. And hey, Sue Honda, good to see you. So I was just wondering, and gosh darn it, Rick and Darlene I don't think are here, and they might be able to have heard of them because they're from the Wisconsin area. But yeah, they produce fruit all the way down to Zone 3. And they are sort of like blueberries, but they're blue all the way through with no tangy interior. And they don't need the acidic soil like blueberries. And they're one of the first fruits in the season to produce. And they're usually unbothered by pests. They do need two bushes to pollinate, but there you go. And I just had to wonder if anyone has ever heard or seen or tasted these honeyberries. 'Cause I don't know, I would like to try them. Yeah, they look like long blue. They look like, cylinder blueberries. And let's see here. Okay, so Terry in Scotland. Lonicera carib. Yeah, yep. Commonly known as honeyberry, or by various honeysuckle names. Oh, honeysuckle, huh? Is a non-climbing honeysuckle native throughout the cool, temperate northern hemisphere regions of North America, Europe, and Asia. The plant or its fruit also has to be called. Wait, the plant or its fruit has also come to be called Haskap, whatever, I don't know. Derived from its name in the language of the native Ainu people of Hokkaido, Japan. Okay, well then, yeah, obviously it's in Asia as well. And so if it's a native berry to North America, that's kind of cool. But none of us have done it, huh? None of us know nothing about this, huh? Okay. And is Luke on already? I was wondering if what time he was gonna be on today. In fact, I was gonna ask you what time he was gonna be on today. And he is on right now. Awesome. Well, you know what, you guys? Oops, here. We don't have to look at the honeyberries. Here we go. I actually am kind of hitting a wall today. I'm really sorry about that. I was hoping to do the full hour and a half, but if Luke is on, I would be very happy and willing to go raid the guy if y'all are interested. I don't really have a whole lot more to talk about other than this one little thing. And actually, let's watch this one video. It's from Hawaii. I thought it was kind of a feel-good story about art and how it brings people together. So let's watch this one little video, because Luke usually takes a little while to start ramping up. So let's watch this one little video, and then we will go raid out to Luke. So this is how art finds a way, I guess you can say.
It's not often an old friend comes home after traveling farther than the circumference of the Earth. But that's exactly what happened last week at the Outrigger Reef in Waikiki. Back in 1980, University of Hawaii student Riki Matsushima created a ceramic float as part of an art project. The floats were released into the Pacific. 2 years later, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Bill Turman found it washed ashore on a beach in Ishigaki, Okinawa.
I was out looking for the glass balls that the fishermen used to float their nets, and this was obviously not it. So I left it and went out snorkeling, and I came back. I said, well, I ought to look at it, and I rubbed the seaweed off of it and saw aloha.
He followed the directions on the float that asked whoever found it to write to the University of Hawaii and share where it was discovered. That simple act sparked decades of Christmas cards, family updates, and a friendship between two families who had never actually met. The float traveled with the Turmans from Okinawa to the Pentagon, then to Munich, Germany, before settling into a china cabinet in Georgia for more than 30 years.
It's just unique, and it was a conversation piece, and it said on here that it may bring me good fortune. So it's like a charm. And since y'all are having the fire, flood, and earthquakes, I thought I should bring it back.
Now, on their first ever trip to Hawaii, the Turmans returned the float to its creator.
It's yours.
I got it. What do you think this float would say if it could talk? Aloha.
I'm glad to be home.
Yes.
I'm surprised that ceramic glaze stayed on there. I didn't expect to have it come back, They could keep it. I'm okay with that, We found it. But I guess they felt like it's full circle. You wouldn't think that something would come of it, but it did.
After traveling around the world, the float came home, bringing two families together along the way. Jill Kuramoto, KHON2 News, working for Hawaii. It's not often an old...
All right, there you go. Oh, hey, Shaq, good to see you. We were just about to do a raid into Photo Luke, but super stoked you could be here for a minute. And Mama Sean, oh my goodness, you guys have a beautiful time in the Bahamas. And if you choose to take pictures, if you choose to share them, I would happily choose to share them on the stream. But obviously, that is up to you to do. All right, so let's see if, yes, and Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday, totally. I love that story. Like I said, art finds a way. I thought that was sort of an inspiring little thing. And oh, Bacola Tea, chopping onions. Exactly. It is a full circle moment, you know. It made me so happy. And so I want to thank all you guys for hanging out today and putting up with a little bit of my space cadetedness. And thank you for understanding how I am hitting a wall, and Luke is here in the perfect time to swoop in and save the stroke victim from having to go any more than she needs to in front of the camera. All right, so I can't remember if I know how to raid or not. Do I do a hashtag? Photo. No, I'm not on drugs. No, I'm not, actually. I'm not on drugs. At least you're not on drugs. No, not on drugs. I mean, I'm on... Okay, that's not true. I'm on a baby aspirin blood thinner. I'm on a statin cholesterol drug. I'm on other stuff. Okay, /raid space name. Oh, don't I have to do a boop-a-doo? Well, let's see if it works. That did not work. All right, so I go /raid and then... Oh, I don't have to do the boop-a-doop. All right, let's try again, shall we? Oh, raid now. Oh, okay. I thought it was... Okay. All right, we're going to go raid. Let's raid. See you later soon. Bye.